Tell me, does the phrase stable 9 to 5 job make you feel safe or slightly sick? Maybe you drag yourself through the workday, staring at the clock, thinking, there's no way this is what life is supposed to be. Then someone tells you, you're just lazy. Everyone hates their job. That's adulthood. But psychology and a lot of people online say something else. For many people, not being able to stand a 9 to 5 isn't about being weak or entitled. It's about how your brain is wired, what your values are, and what kind of environment your mind can actually breathe in. Researchers who study work motivation keep finding the same thing. When people feel controlled and boxed in at work, they burn out faster and feel less satisfied, no matter how normal the job is. Let's break down the psychology of people who can't stand 9 to 5 jobs. Type 1, the autonomy addict. This is the person who doesn't just hate their job. They hate being told exactly where to sit, when to show up, and how to spend every hour. According to self-determination theory, humans have 3 basic psychological needs at work: competence, connection, and autonomy. The feeling that you have control over your actions and choices. When that autonomy is low and everything is tightly controlled, people report more stress, disengagement, and burnout. So if you feel trapped by timesheets, micromanaging bosses, and you need to be in your chair from 9 to 5, it's not just being dramatic. Your brain is reacting to an environment where you don't feel like your life is yours during most of the day. Type 2, the energy misfit. Some people don't have a 9 to 5 body clock. They think clearly at 6 a.m. or 11 p.m., not at 2 in the afternoon under fluorescent lights. Studies and workplace reports show that more workers, especially millennials and Gen Z, rate schedule flexibility as one of the most important parts of a job. Sometimes even saying they'd trade a chunk of salary for flexible hours or a 4-day week. New trends like micro-shifting, breaking work into short bursts around your natural energy, are getting popular because people are realizing their productivity isn't linear. If you're one of those people who can crush 3 hours of work at night but can't focus at 3 p.m., in an office, a rigid 9 to 5 will feel like a daily fight against your own biology. Type 3, the meaning hunter. You might technically handle a 9 to 5 schedule, but the content of the job eats at you. Endless meetings that could have been emails, tasks that feel pointless, goals that don't match what you care about, articles and surveys about why people ditch traditional jobs keep repeating the same reasons, feeling like their talents are wasted, doing work that doesn't match their values, and watching their life pass by in routines that don't matter to them. If you're someone who needs creativity, impact, or variety to feel alive, then copy pasting numbers in a spreadsheet for 40 years is not just boring. It feels like a slow disappearance of who you really are. Type 4, the neurodivergent brain. For a lot of people with ADHD or similar conditions, the typical 9 to 5 structure isn't calming, it's suffocating. Psychologists note that adults with ADHD often struggle more in workplaces that demand sitting still, focusing on low stimulation tasks for long blocks, and keeping perfect organization all day. That doesn't mean they're incapable. In fact, ADHD is also linked with creativity and out of the box thinking. But when the job is repetitive, understimulating, and rigid, it can feel like your brain is constantly fighting the environment. So if you hate your 9 to 5 but light up when you're problem solving, building things, or switching between tasks in a more flexible setup, it might not be work you hate, it's a specific structure your brain was never designed for. Type 5, the cycle breaker. Some people can't stand 9 to 5 jobs because they've already seen where that path can lead. They watched parents or relatives drag themselves to work for decades, come home exhausted, and have no energy left for life. Recent discussions about hustle culture, overwork, and burnout show a big shift. People are less willing to sacrifice their mental health for the image of being a hard worker. There are viral stories of employees stepping back from unpaid overtime or constant availability and actually feeling healthier and more respected when they set boundaries. If you grew up watching burnout, your brain might reject the grind on instinct. Wanting a different kind of life isn't laziness, it's a conscious decision not to repeat a painful pattern. Here's the twist: hating the 9 to 5 doesn't mean you'll never work hard. Most people who say, I can't do this, aren't allergic to effort. They're allergic to pointless effort in a system that doesn't fit them. Psychology doesn't say everyone must quit and become a digital nomad. It says that people do better when their work gives them at least some autonomy, fits their energy, uses their strengths, and leaves room for an actual life. If your current job fails all of that, of course your brain is going to scream, get me out. So tell me this in the comments. Do you feel like an autonomy addict, an energy misfit, a meaning hunter, neurodivergent in a rigid system, or a cycle breaker who refuses the old script? Drop your type below and send this to that one friend who says, I just can't do the 9 to 5 thing, but can't fully explain why. If this made you feel a little more seen, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. We're going to keep breaking down the psychology behind the parts of you that everyone else calls lazy or weird, but might actually be your mind trying to protect you.